Hi friends. Let's look a little more in detail on treatments in colorectal cancers and how they've evolved over time and what is state of the art today and what you should be looking for. So colorectal cancers in India traditionally has been, we had lower numbers as compared to the West 10, 20 years back. But today there's a boom in the number of colorectal cancers that we're seeing. A lot of young patients as well coming with colorectal cancers, which is a worrying sign. And this is probably also to do with our change in lifestyle, with a lot of westernization of our diet, with a lot of processed foods. I think colorectal cancer is on the rise. Usually patients with colorectal cancers will present with some bleeding in stool, which should never be ignored. Some of them would present with weight loss, difficulty or change in stool movements, bowel habits, and all these should prompt you to consult your physician or your surgeon so that your problems are detected in time and can be treated. Overall, as a cohort, colorectal cancers have excellent outcomes in the long term. A lot of patients do very well, even those with disease spread elsewhere, metastatic disease, lymph node positive disease. Patients with colorectal cancers usually tend to do much better than many of the other cancers. So it's a disease which needs to be treated aggressively and treated right, and many patients will live very, very long after treatment for these cancers. So radical surgery is again the way to go for these cancers. It's the treatment. But before that, you would need a colonoscopy. That is the usual first investigation that is done. And a biopsy is taken and analyzed in the lab for the type of cancer, for what drugs you may be sensitive to, what targeted therapy may be required. So a lot of analysis is done on the histopathology or the biopsy specimen. So colonoscopy is an important investigation. The other investigation is usually a CT or a PET CT scan, depending upon what your surgeon advises. And that would be necessary to stage this disease accurately. In rectal cancers, usually we do an MRI because that's the best investigation to look at the local spread. So combination of these tests along with some tumor markers like the CEA will give us a complete picture on what is the exact stage of disease and what is the exact status, what is the location of the tumor, and then we can plan for the surgery better. Treatment, as I said earlier, is radical surgery. For colonic cancers, usually surgery is the first choice of treatment. Usually it's the first treatment that is done, where the colon, along with a good margin on either side, along with the entire set of lymph nodes that drain that region, and the necessary blood vessels supplying that part of the colon are all taken out, and the remaining part of the colon and the intestine is joined back to each other, and that is the complete surgery. Sometimes your surgeon may choose to give you a temporary bag, which is called a colostomy or an ileostomy, as part of the surgery. That is as far as colonic cancers are concerned. Now, when we look at rectal cancers, we again look at high rectal cancers and low rectal cancers. So high rectal cancers would be usually candidates for upfront surgery. Lower rectal cancers usually, or mid and lower rectal cancers will usually go for radiation first. Again, radiation is either short course or long course, so there's a lot of options today which are available, and every patient is different, every tumor is different, and we need to individualize the treatment for these patients. Usually an MDT or a multidisciplinary team sits together and decides what is the best course. That's how we do it. So everyone gives in their inputs, the surgeon, the medical oncologist, the radiation oncologist. We sit down and plan the entire course of treatment for these patients, and that's how we work, and that's how the outcomes are really good. So a lot of rectal surgeries we do is by robotic or laparoscopic technique. A lot of the colonic surgeries are done by lap. Sometimes we also do it robotic. We have to understand, though, that laparoscopy and robotics are only techniques of doing the surgery. We again have to individualize the technique of surgery depending upon the type of tumor, the patient's habitus, the patient's needs, the patient's previous surgeries. A lot of things will go into deciding that. Open surgery still has a very, very big role in many of these large cancers, bulky tumors, stuck to other organs. Those would be probably candidates for still for an open surgery. So I think the most important thing is to get the cancer out and complete in its entirety, rather than look at the modality of surgery. So your surgeon would be the best person to decide what is the modality of surgery, and it is important to remove the tumor completely, do a safe joint, and I think that is what improves outcomes in colorectal cancers. Usually patients sail through this surgery, not a very high complication rate. Very, very few patients could have joint leaks or anastomotic leaks, which may need some treatment or a resurgery or a temporary stoma. Some patients after rectal cancer surgery will have a temporary bag which they have to deal with. We have an entire stoma therapy team that helps you take care of the colostomy or the ileostomy. And many patients, again, like most other cancers, will require chemotherapy and or radiation before or after the surgery. And multimodality treatment is the way to go for colorectal cancers. And that's really improved outcomes. Targeted therapy has really changed how we look at colorectal cancers. And today, many, many, many of our colorectal cancer patients are living long, having very, very fruitful and meaningful lives. Our young patients are surviving very, very long, and that's so very encouraging. For more details, please look at our website. Please feel free to contact us, and we are ready to help you the entire length of the way. Thank you.